Okay, we should be live, I think, anyway. Oh, my camera's a little lower than I like it to be, but happy Sunday, everyone. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to talk about today because we haven't, there hasn't been a whole lot that's been new in the Ubiquiti world anyway. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing for videos this week. I think we'll end up doing a Rockstud video tomorrow. Let me pop the chat up on screen. Well, actually, let me move my face off of the screen. There we go. Let's see. Yep, we're live. Perfect. That's what we like to see. So I'll move that to live chat. I got my second coffee of the day waiting for me. Got a little bit bigger. Justin, need UDMSE in Canada? Yes, I agree with that. It would be really nice if we did, and I'd just purchase it myself instead of waiting for it to get shipped to me. Paris, happy Sunday. How's it going? So Shivan B, can you advise on a router firewall? Just received the UNVR doorbell and 4 Unify cameras, all running on a Unify switch. Would a Netgear router work with the setup? Trying to avoid the UDM Pro. It absolutely would, and I do have some build guides for that. Tim, good morning. Albert, good morning. John, good morning. Zach, Anthony, Frederick, how's it going? Good morning. Scobit, good morning from the Netherlands. Stephen, good morning. Hugh, hopefully I said that right. Good morning. Ali, Josh, good morning. Josh, some of your pictures are wicked. I don't know if you're the one taking all those space pictures, but those are really cool. Kevin, good morning. ADM942 Photography. I have 2 offices in my building and both run off the same UDM Pro. They both have 2 different networks. Is there a way that I could have each office networks private? Well, you could set up VLANs and firewall rules so they can't see each other. B. McCallum, that's my dad. How's it going? Good morning. I didn't even know you knew how to get into these live streams. Last Dragon, good morning. Bruce, good morning. See you Wednesday at some point. Gordon, good morning from Ireland. Preston, Lansing, not sure where that is. Argato, good morning. I got my UDM Pro. What a nightmare so far. Zoom meeting issues, internet disconnect overnight, just horrible. Hopefully, hoping for any tips in moving forward. Do you have the latest firmware? Tim's leaving Las Vegas now. I've actually never been to Las Vegas. It would be one place that would be cool to go to. I do all the astrophotography on my page. That's wicked. I was thinking about buying a telescope. I go into phases. Guitars aren't really a phase. I've always played guitars. But I just go into things that I really like and then I obsess over them. Sabat Tino, good morning from Italy. Brother, good morning. What's going on? Preston from Michigan. Lansing's in Michigan. Eloy, good morning from Chicago. Is Zero Tier VPN safe for corporations? I haven't used Zero Tier. If you want to check out Zero Tier, look at Lawrence Systems videos. I think he's got quite a few on Zero Tier. I heard it's pretty good. It's an overlay network, if I'm correct. Alonzo, good morning. I saw that you got some new network gear. I forget what the name was. What is the aggregation switch for? It's to aggregate all your other switches too, kind of like a distribution switch. I was out until 1:30, got up, I go to bed, I get up probably, today I actually slept in till 6 a.m. But usually I go to bed at 7 or 8 at night, which is kind of crazy. Anthony, good morning from Long Island, New York. I've only been to New York a few times. I've never been to New York City. Actually, the only place in New York I've been to is Buffalo, because they had casinos, or we went to the one casino. I think you could just put in penny slots and they give you free drinks all night. Michael, good morning. Uvier, good morning. Astro photography takes some dedication. When you want to do deep space stuff, planets and the moons are a bit different. Fun to get into, but leads to lack of sleep. Yeah, I probably won't get into that. Yes, Ragu networks. Okay. Yeah, I saw that you mentioned that a few times before. I still haven't actually looked into them. Yeah, so what you say right here, I mean, I was going to mention that there's a new thing in EA, which a lot of people have been asking for, which is the EA Enterprise. Look up the specs on it. Everybody's been asking for this. I got one. I'm waiting for it to ship here. I'm going to replace my U6 Pro with it and see how it works. And once it's released, we'll do a review on it. Is an aggregation switch really required in a home network? Absolutely not. I have one. Actually, I don't know if I have pictures. I probably have pictures of it somewhere. I have the aggregation switch Pro, and I barely use any of the ports. Where the heck is my switch? Yeah, right here. So here's my aggregation switch Pro. I think I have a few more connections in here now, but there's really only 3 connections. These last 4 ports are 25 gig, but I don't have anything 25 gig, so they're only running in 10 gig. But you could only either run those 4 ports in 10 gig or 25. If you put one port in 10 gig, they all change to 10 gig. You're not used to it? Well, I mean, when you're in Vegas, you gotta kind of stay up all night, right? Alas, from Sweden, how's it going? Jim, how's it going? Good morning. Christopher, how are you? Have you ever did anything with network bonding? You mean like doing leg groups? Yes, I have. I don't know if my Synology NAS is in the... No, I think I only have the 110 gig card on the NAS. I had an older NAS with 4 1 gig connections and I bonded those all together. What is Ubiquiti doing with the Unified Network Application 7022 firmware? It says release candidate and my UDM Pro wants to update. UDM Pro is set to official. So I think that was a bug if you are signed up to early access, it was pushing out to you. Steve says, good morning from Germany. Will we see a review on the Ubiquiti USW leaf switch? Probably not. I don't even know if they still have that. I don't believe that ever made it out of early access. Good morning from North Carolina. Shiv? Yeah, you could do Netgate. Like, Netgate has some good appliances. They're very hard to get right now as well, though. So I have the Netgate 1100 and I have the 6100, which is, oh, it's in stock now. I ordered one for a customer for somewhere in Canada, just a distributor in Canada, but they keep saying that they're out of stock. I placed the order months ago. Actually, you would have seen the build job for that. This one right here. I did a video on it. So we put in a Netgate 2100, I believe it was. And we're going to be putting in a 6100 once I get it. Let's see. Why is Unified Wi-Fi networks limited to 4? I guess so people could get, so it's fair. So everybody could get one maybe. It makes it very hard for installers to be able to bid on jobs to get a, material. Brian, good morning. I totally missed that the U6, I should have messaged you. Crap, I forgot. You always message me when things come in, but I totally missed the U6 Enterprise coming in the EA store. Definitely won't be getting one anytime soon since I don't have the 2.5 gigabit switches. I do, fortunately. I hope they do a video on it, like, you know how they've been doing releases on like their Doorbell Pro, just so I could talk about it. I think it's going to be a wicked access point. Yeah. Looking to replace a UDM Pro in a large deployment with an Edge Router Infinity. Any advice on making this happen smoothly? No, I've never deployed a edge router Infinity, so I would probably do Netgate. Paul, how's it going from Miami? I was in Miami 2 years ago, maybe a year or two ago when we had that big hurricane. I was going out on a cruise. We were supposed to hit all the Cayman Islands. We ended up only being able to go to Dominican Republic and porting there. I have a site with two 50 by 6 connections, and I want them to use one. Oh, if I know if I dual WAN something, it just splits the load balancing. They want maximum throughput of 2. You could look in, I always forget the names. There's like Mushroom Networks that bonds WAN connections together. There's also another one, but I always forget the name of it. My U6 Lite have firmware 56023. I have automatic updates off. What is the latest firmware available? How do you update it manually? To update it manually, like even if you have auto updates turned off, you should still see that there's an update available. Unify firmware. So you could always go to this site, Unify firmware site. Just click on Unify. What was the AP you had? The Lite, U6 Lite. What the heck? There we go. Oh, so for U6 Lite, it's 56023, which I think is the latest one that you have. Yeah, so you're on the latest one. MikroTik G per gigabit pass-through repeater. I think Lawrence Systems did a video on this. If I do believe. I was looking into it because I bought the Ethernet repeaters from Ubiquiti, which are supposed to be here on Tuesday. It would be interesting to do a comparison between these two. I wonder what the price is, though. And if I could get it in Canada. All right, so that's not bad. 26 bucks. The Ubiquiti one is, I think it's a little more expensive. Where'd it go? So I've been waiting for these smart sensors to come back in stock. So this one, the Ubiquiti one, is $29 US, so that's closer to $40. We got 86 people in here and only 13 likes. Smash that like button, please. It helps out the algorithm. Let's see. Good morning. Is the UDM Pro enough to support a few cameras and a doorbell, or should you use an NVR? Depends on how many cameras to you is a few. I wouldn't go like past 10. And it depends also if you're using their 4K cameras. I love Ubiquiti, but I'm finding it hard to buy any more security camera gears as the cameras are always unavailable. I hope they improve on availability. So do I, because I'm back a lot of cameras. It's not just an issue with Ubiquiti though. Like if you went with, like Hike Vision, that's just don't go with them. But if you were to go with somebody, you're going to have it hard to find. Either way, it doesn't really matter. James, no worry if you're a bit late. That's all good. I realize people have lives outside of watching me on Sunday mornings. Yes, David, he is on the latest firmware. And like David said, smash the like button. Yep, we got up there. We're at 35 now. Sweet. Jason's Lab, good morning. And Jason's Lab does videos on, oh God. Oh my Lord, my mind's Untangled. So if you want to look for some good Untangled tutorials, go to Jason's Labs. I was going to do Untangled, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to. There's really no point for me to do it. I don't even use it like for businesses right now. Paul, I'm not exactly sure what you're asking. Did you connect before some UDM Pros using VPN more than 10? If you're talking about more than 10 clients, yes, I have. Plan on adding 10G. Should I just go with the SFP RJ45 modules or go with the cheaper fiber modules? I do have some leftover Cat6 cable. So Cat6 only could do 10 gig at a certain distance. Or are you talking about like between your UDM Pro and a switch? Or are you talking about like in your walls for the infrastructure cable? Jamie, how's it going? Good morning. Patrick says Hikvision, or Hike, I don't know how to say it, I always say it wrong, has some of the worst outdoor rated cameras, consistently replacing them on customers' sites due to water damage. It could be, yeah. I mean, I've seen that before. Make sure that you're, sealing your cameras though. In wherever you're mounting them, you need to seal it with silicone. Make sure you're not using pass-through RJ45 connectors. And I mean, you should be good. Let me just show you. You know what? I'm gonna bring up a picture. The cats have been terrorizing this morning. Let's see, how can I now the ones I just bought this new board. I'll talk about my new channel in a bit. Some people might be interested in it, some others might not. But I just bought these new boards. They're just foam boards. Foam boards. This one's a white foam board, and then I have a big black foam board because when I'm doing the top-down views to do like unboxings, I was doing it on a mouse pad, and the mouse pad was like this big, so it never really gave me that much room. And I didn't want to see the wood on my desk, so I just bought these foam pads. But now the cats are laying all over it. They've been ripping staples out of the walls. They're just being insane. Now she's passed out right beside me. Exhausted from running around all morning, from chasing her. You swear by Hikvision cameras, but I refuse to use any dome. The problem with the Hikvision is they are blacklisted in the States, I believe, at government sites. Or maybe all of the states, I forget. I know we're in Canada, but... and I find the interface is terrible. I don't like it. I mean, I guess if you're putting it into something like a Synology surveillance station, might not be that bad. Ooh. Yeah, I've used OpenDNS before. Yep. More than 10 UDM devices using VPN between them. Oh, site to site. Yes, I have. We set up a customer who had 25 UDM site to site. Timothy, good morning. Such a cute cat. Yeah, I don't know where her sister is. I'll show you her sister, Mocha. I don't know. Well, that's me and my other half, and then our kids. That's Mocha, but where's a better picture of her? Actually, on my coffee mugs and stuff, Mocha is the one on it. There's her chewing on my cables. I was doing a rack. I forget what this video was. I think it was just how I laid out a rack. These weren't plugged in at all, but she's obviously they're damaged now. Cat cables damaged by a cat. I mean, if you're on YouTube, you have to have a cat. It's mandatory. They won't allow you on YouTube without one. This was her a while ago, playing with I was doing another test video, I'm sure of it, or maybe a TikTok or something like that. Pretty funny. But yeah, she's been ripping out, you know, those little are they staples? They're like pins with different colored tips that you plug in the wall to hang things up, and she's been ripping them out. Let's see. Blue Iris for the win. I would never touch Blue Iris. I've seen Controlling Technologies. He uses Blue Iris. I mean, there are some great features on it, but it's just a lot. Any catnip involved? Not recently, no. I mean, we have one little bag. Oh, you can see her head. Come here, Nilla. Come here. Ah, she's laying back down. Yeah, I wish we did have this little bag, but usually, you know, it's been there for months and they haven't even touched it. I should probably try that. It would be fun, but we just got 2 new I don't know if I posted that on Facebook. I don't think I did. We just got 2 new recliners and Mocha's completely taken over mine. She's sat in it more than I have. Have you any preference for ISP modem in bridge mode or default? I think I start to have some glitches in pfSense since the modem in bridge mode. Not really. I don't even use my I like totally eliminated my Bell Home 3000. It's completely gone. Douglas, good morning from the Netherlands. Just wanted to jump on and thank you for your videos. They are a great help setting up my UDM Pro switches and APs. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. The issue with Hikvision is they use chipsets the US government believes sends information back to China. You must use NDAA compatible cameras on you. Okay, gotcha. My sister's rabbit, this was like 15 years ago, once chewed through the Ethernet cable in my room. Kind of glad my landlord doesn't allow pets. That's funny. I haven't had, yeah, they haven't chewed it through any of my cables, thankfully. Any of my live ones. Have you tried to hook up a Grandstream PBX to a commercial PA building music system? I'm trying to think if we did. We did, but we used you have to use external amps and things like that to power the speakers. I could look into that for you though, because I'll be doing that on another build for this dental office I'm doing. The foam is nice and warm for the cat. But the problem, they're going to get hair on it. Even though, I mean, it's white and brown hair, but still, I don't want them to scratch it up. I should just paint the top of my desk a good color. Asus rotor could be used in bridge mode. Yep, probably. Flex XG or the switch aggregation for home. I don't know. Probably the switch aggregation is cheaper, I think. Let's see. Like if you're talking about the 8-port, it's $269. I have the XG. It's just sitting over here, not even plugged in. They sent me it for a video. Where's the Switch XG? Switch Flex XG. Yeah, so that one's $299. The uplink port forward is only 1 gig though. I would go with the aggregation switch. $269 is cheaper. You get more ports. What are your thoughts with hiding APs behind a couch, specifically the U6 ones? I probably wouldn't, but I mean, if you have no other options, do it. I mean, if that's the only place you could put it. Yes, we always bridge mode where we can. Double NAT is a pain. I think I just sold a doorbell, and I believe they didn't, or I forgot to give him, or I couldn't find them. I'm gonna have to refund them, but the doorbell pieces for the chime weren't in the box. Norse Ironworks. No, I have no idea about chip shortages. No clue. Douglas says, quick questions. I just noticed today, it looks like the UDM Pro system or unified networking update either really hid my pre-existing firewall rules or wiped them out. Have you noticed this issue? Nope. It depends. Each UI is going to look different, but you could always go back to the classic UI. That's where I do all my firewall rules. Do you have any recommendation for network speakers that work well with Ubiquiti? Not really. I don't have that many speakers here. We use the Google Home Pods. I might buy some Sonos bars and for the living room once we get a new TV. Let's see. Used Alexa routine to turn on IoT lights at sunset with Alexa off. How does server reach the IoT through the UDM? No pre-established connections are IoT, and I'm not too sure. I don't use Alexa. I could look into it, but I don't use it. I posted a picture in the network cabling thread in Discord how I cleaned up the DAC cables linking switch. Let me take a look. The heck is my Discord? Just open it. Okay, well, it's not opening, so I'll have to take a look after the live stream. We currently use Denon zone control devices and separate amps. It supports several mic input outputs, or mic inputs announcements. Okay, cool. I'll send info. When we got a real Sophie, she had a giant problem with destroying cables. So bad, we think the previous owners got rid of her because of it. Oof. Ours are just I think they're just bored because I've been stuck in this room for the past 2 days. My fiance, she's in she's doing like weekend school stuff for every other week. So she has to have her door pretty well shut so the cats can't get in. So I just think they're bored. Let's see. They said it was because they had a child and they had cat allergies. I mean, that's possible, but you could take pills and stuff to get rid of your allergies. Ubiquiti. Is there anything new? UDMSE, we're still waiting for it. Chris from Crosstalk got an affiliate link for Ubiquiti, so hopefully I get one. We'll see. I think that would be great if I could, because then I could say to everybody, I mean, that would be my new support the channel instead of doing the joint. Like the membership thing is cool. And it does support me doing the memberships, but it would probably support me more when you guys buy Ubiquiti gear to have an affiliate link. Well, Preston, it might not be going out through to your WAN. It might just be internal. Have you used the Ubiquiti fiber to connect different sites before? And if so, how easy it was? I haven't used it, no. So yeah, I can't wait to get that. Hopefully, I am logged out of EA, right? What is this? I think I know what that is. I'm gonna go like that. A couple things still waiting on. I mean, that Ethernet adapter that I'm getting that Tuesday. And then the smart lock thingy, the access rescue switch. So that will be a separate video. And then we're waiting on the UDMSE and a box of cable, which I'm hoping gets to me sooner than later because I have a job install for a cable cleanup and a few runs that I'd like to use it on. So I could do a video and see how well this cable works, how easy it is to pull, how well the colors look to be able to identify the conductors, so on and so forth. I'm trying to convince my friend that it's better to spend on proper unified gear than forking out 400 plus for a high-end consumer mesh. Any suggestions for clenching the argument? Tell him to watch my new mesh video. Like, watch both these videos, actually. I don't really have... Once somebody gets something in their mind, it's kind of hard to get it... And I'm the same way. It's very hard to get it out of your mind. Like, if I want to buy a new guitar and somebody says, no, it's trash, I don't care. I'm still buying it. So let's see. Like, I have the two videos. So I did this one. This was the Unify Access Point Wi-Fi 6 mesh. That's it plugged in directly hard cabled. And then you could see the, I mean, you could tell them just go to the end of the video. That's where all the testing is. And then we have my U6 mesh wireless uplink. So that's using like a mesh system. And I think the speeds were cut in half pretty much. So that's one. Mesh systems, yeah, they just don't work that well. Oh, come here, kitty. Come here. Here, I'm gonna grab her. Let's show her to the stream. Hold on one sec. Go. Say hello. Oh, you're so tired. Hey? Say hello. Don't be grumpy. Don't be grumpy. Uh-oh. Why's your eyes watering? Hey? Say hello to the 99 people. All right. She'll probably end up running. Oh no, she's just passed out on my lap now. Come here. Stand up. She's fallen down. Okay, where the heck were we? UDM Pro has internet speed close to the advertised on the WAN speed. Gigabit down, 60 up, but I'm currently only getting speed tests on the LAN side part. 200? Is that 200 on the wired connection or wireless? Oh, all wired. I would make sure that your cabling is good and that your network adapter drivers are up to date. Yeah, I really hope affiliate link I get one soon. Most of my channel is Ubiquiti, if you haven't noticed. I do throw in other stuff there once in a while, but most of it's Ubiquiti. Most of those mesh systems just have horrible lag. That's correct. You take over an access point in standalone mode and compare the speeds. You could do that as well, yes. Thanks, just re-watch your Netgate install. I have a couple full Netgate and Unify build videos. Preston, I wouldn't know. I mean, it wouldn't be something I'd be able to troubleshoot in the stream. I'd have to kind of look at your config. Limp Bizkit. Yeah, she's great. Now she's playing with a bag of Lego on the floor. I think that will help. He's got 500 megabits fiber to the pole speed, so speeds matter. Yeah, I would tell him to, I don't know, spend the money. I mean, it depends on your life situation if it's gonna kill your bank account. But you could even find the older APs for like Wi-Fi 5 APs for decent price. It's a Canadian grumpy cat. Yes, she is grumpy right now. I don't even know where my other one is. Any suggestions for a 24-volt multi-port powered switch to control PoE over several external unified devices? Saves me using injectors. I think I don't even know what does 24 volt anymore. They're older switches. They're Gen 1s. Yeah, I hate using PoE injectors. Let's see. I forget what these do. Yeah, here we go. Bruce, you could just buy a 48 port. The 24 port might do it too. Yeah, it does. 24 volt passive. So this one's, oh, this is US. So we're probably looking at about $500 for it. There's no DMZ really on the UDM Pro. You just create some firewall rules. That's never want to perform for. Nope. She's yeah, and I mean, this is their nap time. They're running around all night long. What is the best access point at the moment? I mean, it all depends on your setup. I really like the U6 Pros and LRs. I think they're great. The mesh, I just did a video and it's good. If it's just a different form factor. LAN is good. I prefer on the LAN side. I'd have to, yeah, again, I'd have to look at your config to be able to tell you or see what's wrong. I mean, the only thing I could think of is network adapters, which you said are good in cabling. Or you have your interfaces set to 100. Christoph says, are you planning to make a video of you building a server class hardware for PF Sense? Probably not. I've never actually done a server build in this channel before, and I don't know if I would for PF Sense. I like the Netgate hardware. Do you have a video on how to lock down a NAS with firewall rules on the UDM Pro? I kind of do. I mean, the video that I have is base firewall rules. You can lock down firewall rules more in if you're using Synology, you could lock it down in that as well. So what I have going on, I have 2 NIC cards on my Synology. One's for like my main video traffic and stuff like that. The other one's for surveillance station. So I have them on 2 different networks. And then I have it blocking within Synology as well. I don't have a video on it though. 8-port does it? I was looking for a bunch of, my uncle needed some help with a job. Oh yeah, it does. These switches are expensive. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're not too bad. There's this one though, the Switch 60. Doesn't look like the Switch 60, so you'd have to buy the 150. Glenn asks, hi, any news updates on the chip shortage? I can never seem to buy a complete system on the site. Always something out of stock. Stock issues are going to be for a while. I don't have any insight to that though. Any suggestions for auto email alerts for P2P tunnels going up and down? Yeah, you could use Zabbix. I haven't set up Zabbix yet, but I'm going to shortly. And I don't know if I'm going to do a video on it because it's apparently pretty in depth, but we'll see. Maybe if it's something worth it to the community, then I will. If you have multiple access points and are testing them with Wi-Fi Man, is there a way to easily switch between the access points so you could test the setting on each? The way I do my testing is I would isolate, like I'd create a new Wi-Fi network and just only broadcast on my phone or whatever device I'm using. Stock issues probably going to get worse, yeah. Yes, Nick means network interface card. That's correct. And yes, Ron, you're correct. Lawrence Systems does have a video on it. It's actually a really good video, so I'd watch that. I think I've watched all of Tom's videos years ago before I started. Oh no, maybe it was. I think I started watching Tom. I don't know. I've gone through like probably all 600 to 800 videos that he has. Your PCMD says, what would you do? Did a job last week, new construction, 7 hours running drops. Electrician comes in after, cuts out nearly all the drops for his electrical. Client thinks I should foot the cost to redo. Absolutely not. I would be charging, I'd be charging double. Or I just wouldn't do the work. So when I'm doing work for clients, so I have a job coming up where we're doing a cleanup. I'm running a, cat's meowing. I'm running a few cables. I always require a deposit, always. If it's a big build out, like we did, actually there was one of these build outs. I had a video on it. I don't know where it is. People were complaining about my service loop. Where the heck, which is going to be switched. I just haven't been back to the job yet. Anyway, the gear was about $30,000 or something like that. I make them pay for all the hardware and then some of my install. Like if I have cable and stuff like that, I'll make them pay 50% of that. So it covers me. I wouldn't be doing more of the job until they pay you, or they, yeah, the customer foots the bill. That's right. What is the requirement of the UDM Pro do DHCP relay? Well, you need to have another DHCP server. You just need to turn on DHCP relay. And then under services, you could specify the relay. Lucas says, hi, do you have any suggestions for SFP Plus to Ethernet module? I have a few brands and some seem to work or run at the correct speeds. So SFP Plus to Ethernet module. Actually too sure what you mean by that. Like fiber to copper? Or are you talking like a DAC cable? Most of the times, like if you're running from the UDM going at 10 gig and then you're running to a 1 gig switch, you need to hard code the speeds for it to work. But you need to make sure that the SFP modules are compatible with Ubiquiti. Since the U6LR and Pro allow 160 megahertz, have you been able to get the bandwidth to work? Or do you end up, I just use 80. I mean, the 160 may cause too much interference, so I just use 80. Are you rolling out Unified Network 7022 to your customers, or are you waiting for an official release? I'm not rolling it out to my customers. They're still on, I think the latest one was 6555. So they're still rolling on that. I'm running at 7.0.21. No, I don't think it's official unless they changed something the other day. It says official, but it's not, right? So yeah, I don't know. There's something going on. Even with the 7.0.21, there was a bug. It shouldn't have pushed out, but it was matching anything that said release, and release is really official. But it was matching release, and then it's release candidate, right? So anyway, I'm running it. I haven't had any issues. I'm not even going to get into that. That's, yeah. Anyway. Can you share more info, videos, and or links about cable management? I think I did a video. Oh, right here. That's cable labeling and management. I don't really remember what I... Did I go? I don't know if I went over management in this. I think I don't know why I called it cable management. I think this... So here's one for labeling. This will just be for labeling. That's labeling. I think I have a video actually where Moko was chewing on all those cables. It was a cable management, like how I do mine. There's always adjustments and things are always changing. Actually, I guess I could just type in here cable. Network racks, it's this one right here in August of 2021. Wait, is this it? I don't think this is it. Anyway, well, I'll give you that one. I have a few videos on it. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, so where can we get 6-inch DAC? I think the shortest is 0.3 or 0.5 meters that you could get. I know Ubiquiti only sells 0.5 meter. Working on Friends, Unified Dream Machine Smart Queues was enabled that slowed the throughput. Yes, it would. For my house, it doesn't really matter. I just use 80 megahertz. I don't really... I have too many access points probably. That's actually causing me issues. In my opinion, devices that use BSD code use network resources more efficiently. Subjective, pfSense, OpenSense, Junos. Yeah, it's possible. Alondro, how's it going? Good day. Yeah, they probably don't make 6-inch DAC cables. I wish they did because it would make... Jason's Lab did post something in our Discord. I can't bring it up. For some reason, Discord's not opening for me on here. But anyway. What do you think about the U6 Enterprise AP that's in EA? Well, it's in EA and I can't say anything about it, but I think, I mean, it's a wicked step forward. If you have EA, go check it out. And I have one on order. It should be here this week. On the Pro SE, if the hard drive fails, will protect recording failover to the internal hard drive without intervention? I have no idea because I haven't used the SE yet. I'm waiting on it to be delivered and then I'm going to do a ton of videos on it. I agree, have sent them an updated invoice waiting to hear back. All equipment was paid in advance, labor not. Have my lawyer on standby mode. Luckily, when I first started this business, this was before YouTube, I had one person. I'll never do, I'm not doing residential anymore, but it was for he told me where he wanted his cameras. I gave him suggestions. We put the cameras up. It was a lot more work than we wanted. And then he wanted the cameras moved. He didn't like where the cameras were. I just gave up on the job. I lost a couple $1,000s on it. He's like, oh, I'm going to write bad reviews. At that point, I don't even care. Go ahead. Some customers, you just need to fire yourself. But for the lawyer thing, I've never had to do that. All my customers have been great. Which access point would you prefer at home, AC Pro 6 or the new Wi-Fi 6 mesh? I prefer the AC Pro just because I don't have the mounts for the ceiling for the mesh. That's the only reason. I think the mesh does get fairly hot too, but I would assume that the Pro gets hot. I just haven't put my hand on it. It's in the ceiling. Ubiquiti actually did a good job on, yes, they did on cabling. Yeah, so if you wanna, they did. Those videos were high end. I wish I had the money to buy those type of cameras that they use. Oh, they hit 100,000 subs. Wicked. Yeah, so they did a 3-part series with this guy. I don't know what his name is, but that's part 3 of it. I would suggest going to watch that. I think it's really cool. They did a great job. Why doesn't the VLAN feature on my HD in-wall with 4 ports? Am I doing it wrong? You need to enable the VLANs on it. There's a toggle switch within the access point settings that you need to turn on. Business question. Which invoicing software and back office servicing accounting do you recommend? So I just use QuickBooks, and then I have an accountant and bookkeeper I make my invoices, I send them out. People pay everything through QuickBooks unless they e-transfer to me. And then she deals with that. I don't want to deal with any of it. Will Ubiquiti RMA a unit which was replaced under another RMA? If so, how do you get Ubiquiti to authorize submission of the second unit which has gone bad? I have no idea. You have to email Unify RMA. SPX Labs, yo, it's the Lego man itself. Yes, and I haven't actually talked about that. So I started a second channel. Probably the majority of you aren't going to be interested in it, but it's about Lego builds. I've just really liked doing Lego lately. So yeah, so I started a new channel. I don't even know if I follow it. Let me, I forget if I follow it. Actually here, oh no, I don't think I could switch that. Let me go to see if I even follow myself. So I need to get updated graphics. I just released one video. I don't follow it. What the heck? Maybe I put it on Twitter. I need to find my link. So I'll post it in here. If you want to see Lego builds, I'm going to do one a week, or I don't know why that guy was showing up there with no shirt on. One a week or one every 2 weeks. Lego gets expensive. So here's the Lego build, but let's just go to my channel. So I built this. This is going to be my. Oops. I built the Fender. It's sitting back there. Actually, let me large screen this. So you can see the Fender guitar, which I have LED lights for. I just need to put them on. And then there's the Nintendo. The Nintendo was really fun to build. The guitar was great to build. The amp there was so much detail within the circuit boards. It was insane. But this is a 19-minute, whoops, you can't see the video. This was a 19-minute video and it's all time-lapsed. I mean, and that's going to be the majority of this YouTube channel anyway. It's going to be time-lapse. So this is if you're interested, go subscribe. I'm doing a Venom build right now, a Venom helmet, and I'm just going to end up doing, a bunch of Lego stuff. I like Lego. It's fun to build. It's something to get me out of tech for a little while. So you ditched residential over a year ago, business only, and in a much better place. I will do residential if they've run the cables and there's a place to mount a rack. That's the only time. I won't run cables in residential. Thanks for all your help with the videos and links. No problems. I was wondering if the Pro Access Point has a better performance than the mesh. I think it does. I should probably put them all in a chart. I think it did, yes. It actually went further distance than the mesh. You text me the picture so you could see and decide how, let me just see. I don't know how, oh, you know what, I could just email this to myself. Did you text me it? Somebody else. Oh yeah, that one right there. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna just email this to myself, then I'll show it off on screen. Oh my lord, you don't need to be sending $100 to this. Oh my, that's crazy. Thank you very much. You and your better half go out for Valentine's dinner on me. Thank you for the $100, which is 127 Canadian. Fortunately, she's buying me dinner tomorrow night, so that money's mine. No, we're so speaking of Lego, we're building what is it? Lego collage? Picture? Lego I forget what it is. Anyway, with Lego you could imprint or like put a picture in and then it will build it for you and then send it to you. So that's what I'm doing. She wanted to build that together, but thank you very much. That's very generous. Okay, so back to my emails. What the heck is this? Then we could look at that video. But I probably should take her out to dinner. We haven't been out to dinner too much lately. Just Nilla. I do order in quite a bit, which I need to stop doing that. Okay, so here's what Jason's lab sent. This is the DAC cable of how he has... Lord, can I not zoom out on that? Yeah, so this is, I think this would be a 0.5 meter DAC. Yeah, that looks good. I usually just have mine, you know, going out and then back in, but this does look a lot cleaner for sure. Let's see where I am. Would you consider making a video on how you started your business and what hard lessons you have learned? So if you watch Lawrence Systems, he's separating his business videos from his main channel because they don't do as well. Me, I wouldn't. I could probably do a business video like that because I wouldn't keep doing business videos. It would be like a one-off and that's it. And that's why, like Lego builds, I'm not doing it on this channel because no one will care unless they like Lego, and it would actually end up dropping my subscribers down for sure. Have you already tried out the UDR? I have it on the shelf behind me. I haven't tried it out though. I haven't plugged it in. And you know what? You reminded me that it's Valentine's Day, so I probably should go buy something. And I know she's not listening to this this chat because she's in school. A chart would be really helpful with the new U6 access points. I think I do have a chart. Maybe I'll put it somewhere. You see more Lego in my. You know what? The problem with Lego is it's very expensive. It's not cheap. Like this Nintendo set was like $300, I think. Yeah, it's $300. I might get one today. One more today, but I'm doing the Venom, then I have the International Space Station. And then we have, we'll stop talking about Lego in a second. I think it's this Batman set that I just bought. It's releasing March 1st. Crap. It's going to take me a while because I bought 3 of them. Another idea that, actually, let me get into this first. I'll show this, then I'll get out of my head. Anyway, so I was going to buy this one, the Disney Castle. This is where we got engaged. Was in Florida. I don't know where it is. It's like a picture of Batman. Heck. So there's 3 different ones. There's Batman, Harley Quinn. Oh, this right here. So I didn't realize that you can make 3 different pictures. If you look at the case here, you could make either Batman, Joker, or Harley Quinn. So they're pictures. And me, I'm like, you know what? I want all 3. So I ended up buying 3 of these. So it should be a fun build out. What was I going to say after this, though? Crap, I forget. Okay, so that was there. Yes, a performance chart would be great, helpful. Yes, so I will come up with something. Maybe I'll put it like in a Google Sheet that I can share with everybody. If you could, would you run 4 drops to an office or 1 with Flex Mini? I usually like to hardwire back everything I can. You shouldn't just add switches upon switches upon switches. If you have to, I mean, there's no other way. Actually, up here, so at home office, I have the 16 light PoE switch sitting beside me. That's what I have in this office because it was a pain to run cables. UDR is a game changer, assuming it ships at anything like the current price. Yeah, I wish I could talk more. Well, I guess they did do a video about it, didn't they? I gave up on Lego when they developed 3D printers. It's just so much easier. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So I was going to, or I'm thinking about, you could do these like block builder design programs. I was thinking about building a network rack, a UDM, a switch, and an access point all out of Lego. I think it would make for a fun video. That would do fairly decently on this channel, maybe. The problem with that, after I design it, which is going to take forever, it's going to cost a crazy amount of money in Lego bricks. But I think it would look really cool, and it would be interesting to have that as like a... I need to switch my studio around a bit, but to have it as like a backdrop. Jason says, hey, Cody, I did find something cool on the Unify switches. If you have 2 of the same switches, you and you click on the info on the touchscreen, both screens move and show yes, so they do syncing, which is awesome. So would a Lego UDM Pro be more expensive than an actual UDM Pro? Probably. Yeah. It would be expensive, but I think it would be, I don't know, maybe I could get a sponsorship or something for it. Yeah, maybe I should do a sponsorship for it. Or no, not sponsor. Sorry. Maybe I'll have to plan it and then build it. I posted this in my Discord the other day. A network rack would be very, it would be huge. Someone should transplant the internals of the UDM Pro. See, and I was thinking that too, but then it would just make for an interesting video. Like, who else is going to do it, really? Lego does have lots of stock. I wish I was more into Lego when I was in Florida because they had a Lego World. I don't know if they have any around me. I'm sure they do in Toronto or something like that. I ran network cables in my own 3-story home and it was our townhouse, and it was torture. Townhouses for sure. Multiple cables getting stuck halfway, fire breaks between the floors, and trying not to cut drywall. Next house will be pre-wired. So yes, that's why I don't do houses. Either you don't really know what's in the wall. He could read out mine. So I posted this in the, I don't know if you're a part of my Discord or not, but in my Discord, I started a Lego section and I posted, I should build, I think it was yesterday, I should build a UDM Pro out of Lego. Does a factory reset followed by a restore the configure ever help in experienced UDM Pro? Or should it be reconfigured from scratch? So the first thing I'll reset, then I'll restore. If you're still having issues, then I do a full rebuild. I have had issues where like a base UDM, by default, inter VLAN routing is allowed. So if you create an IoT network, it could still hit your LAN network and vice versa. I've had customers where they didn't put any firewall rules, but they cannot ping the other networks. So we had to rebuild or do a restore. 4 drops, especially if you charge per drop. I don't know if he was talking about for work-wise or for his own house. Hey Cody, should you expect to see a full 1 gigabit fiber WAN speed with threat management on the UDM SE? It's been stuck around 800 for me and 900 with it off. You should still be able to hit 1,000. But like my UDM Pro, I'm hitting close to 1,000 off of it, and I have a gigabit up, or gigabit down and up, and I'm hitting about 1,000 both ways. If you do residential, you just get really good at drywall and charge customers. So I had to drywall, or for my front door camera for the G4, just the G4 camera, I had to cut a hole in the drywall because how they had the doorbell cable, it was brutal. I'm definitely not good with drywall or patching, and it wouldn't be worth my time to do residential and then patch people's walls. I just don't think it, for me, it's not worth it. It wouldn't be, and I wouldn't enjoy it. Like, I enjoy what I do. Residential is something I do not enjoy. Let me see. What else is new? So I'm going back to this site Wednesday. I don't know if I'm going to film it, but like I said in the video, I didn't buy this rack. The customer bought the rack. They didn't really know what they were buying either, but we've ended up buying a new rack and we're going to wall mount it. So there's a bit more work there. See if I could find the rack. Is it a 12U, 10U? It was a decent rack. I don't know if it's in Canada though. StarTech. I actually don't mind that rack. That's a 9U though. I think it was a StarTech 12U. Oh, I forget what I sent to him. Oh, it was this one right here. So it has, I think it has the swinging, so the rack could swing open. Let's see, 140 capacity, so we're under that. Yeah, I don't know. We needed to get it off the floor because it is beside a drainage pipe. But now that's gonna, I'm gonna have to re-cable manage and everything, and yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a pain. I also have my son run cables in the crawl spaces, so he's small enough. I had to run the cables up in this attic, and it was not fun at all. It was super hot. It was the middle of summer. I had my brother helping me a little bit, but yeah, it just wasn't fun. So I may try out this MikroTik one as well. I might compare this to the UDM, or not UDM, the Unify ones, and see if there's any difference. I did buy 3 of the Unify extenders because that was the max that I was allowed to buy. And they should be here Tuesday, so I'm excited. I think that will be one of the videos this week. It's not going to be a super interesting video. I'm just going to have a couple boxes of Cat 6 cable in this office, and I'm going to plug these into a PoE switch and see how far we could get a camera or access point to work. Hopefully, I mean, it says up to 1 kilometer, but they said with their testing of 9 daisy chained, I only have 3. But if we could at least get to like 500 feet, I think that would be really cool. But I'm probably only going to be on here another 5 minutes, so if you have questions, let me know. I've been going for an hour. I need to go pick up my one guitar. It was in the shop. My yellow guitar, that's why it's not in the background. This guy right here. So I ended up selling this guitar, the Epiphone SG. I didn't really like the body of it. This one's in the shop, just getting something tuned up with the, it has these Floyd Ross tuners, which I don't really know how to tune right now. So they're setting it for the gauge of strings that I need. So I sold this guitar, going to pick this one up, and I bought this, the one beside me, that orange Fender. I go in phases of buying things. I probably won't buy another guitar for a bit. You're 160 wet. I am 194, maybe. I'm 194. Something like that, about 6 feet. And I have a manufacturer, Cody, I have a manufacturer that makes PoE LED lights. They make both outside and inside. The manager there's looking for people to test them out. Would that be something you'd be interested in? Sure, I'd definitely test them out, yeah. Why not? I test, the problem with testing things out, like if people send you things, they expect reviews on it. And if I don't like something, I'm probably not going to review it. And it just depends if it goes on with my channel. I have people from Amazon message me, like, I probably get 4 of the emails a day to test their little Wi-Fi cameras out. I have no interest, but the PoE lights, those sound actually interesting. Well, having an NVR offload CPU memory from the UDM, it should, yes. My son plays lead, hates Fender for some reason. I guess it just depends what you like. I do like other brands, but what's the website? Website for what? And we still have these to test out. So maybe tomorrow I'll do a video on rack studs because I wanna put these Aruba switches into my network rack, and then we'll test that out. And then I need to start doing videos on this for their stacking, cloud stacking. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, if you want to put in or if you know the installer or the website for the PoE, if you want to put it in chat. What premium do you pay over the Canadian stores when you go through the US store and have it forwarded? It's quite a bit. I'm not actually too sure, but I just bought, what did I buy? I bought something in EA, which was an access point, and then I bought that mesh, and it was like $650. Have you found a minimum order quantity to make it worthwhile, or just keep the delta in pricing to minimum? So it depends. If I really want to review something or test something out, I don't really care what I'm paying. I'm just going to pay it. But usually I think in the States, you have to be over $100 or $200 for free shipping. But with the freight forwarder, it gets forwarded to them. Then it comes through Canada. You have to pay duty fees. And then you have to pay them a certain amount of, I think it's like $8 or something like that, which isn't really that expensive. Do you have any idea when Ubiquiti is going to be restocking the store for UK deliveries? I wish I knew. I wish I knew when they were going to restock in Canada, but I don't. Rack studs are expensive, but I have a crap ton of them because they are worth the money. I was going to put them in at this job, the one that I'm going back to on Wednesday. But this rack came with its own, if you could see there, it's like circles. So it came with its own specific ones. But I think the new rack, if I do a video, actually, because going back to this job, I'm just finishing up. I just put all the cameras, the access points, I put the rack together. I still need to finish testing and labeling, and then doing all the wall plates and things like that. So maybe I'll do a video on it. But anyway, I am out of here. We were we went over an hour today. I'm just trying to see the time. We went an hour and 5 minutes. There will be more videos this week at some point, and then if you like Lego, I'm gonna promote it here one more time. Go to the Lego channel, and yeah, so I'll do a couple videos this week. We'll do another live stream on Sunday. Your PCMD, thank you very much again for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Everybody have a great week, and watch out for more videos.